appears suspicious. Could we have
Sam Connell, a loved son, a good friend, a respected journalist, killed tragically in a hit-and-run accident. May he rest in peace.
Okay, we'll be there as soon as we can. Bye. Tess, we've got to go. Body's been washed up on the beach.
5 minutes.
Tess.
Please, it's important.
Tessa?
You okay?
How are the parents going?
I don't know. How does anyone feel when they bury their son? They asked me to thank you for coming along. They want to know who killed him.
We're doing everything we can. We still can't confirm the make of the vehicle and no witnesses have come forward. Usually with a hit and run.
Tessa, we've got to go.
I'll meet you there, all right?
All right. Never rains, huh? Look, you won't find any witnesses and you won't find a vehicle. It was a professional hit. They killed Sam because he knew too much. He's dead. They go free. All's right with the world.
It's still possible it was an accident. The friend was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
No. That's what they want you to think. It's too obvious, Tess.
Ezra, we've tried to corroborate your claims. You're going to have to let it go.
Sam and I were working on a story together. An expose. We were going to nail a company called Brill Corp, run by a man called Bassani.
Property developer?
Yeah. So now we're here burying a good friend, while Bassani stays as clean as a whistle. And while Bassani gets richer, a whole lot of politicians and cops putting in swimming pools and paying off their mortgages.
I hope that was a generalisation.
Bassani's got the politicians in his pockets. He's the one they're scared of.
So where's he now?
Gone to ground, sailing off the Whitsundays. Could be dead for all I know. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? How'd they push through the development deal without the big boss? You find Bassani, you find the man that ordered the hit on Sam.
Watch it. He's right. Yeah, some people think the saltwater pickles them.
Got a guess?
3 days, maybe 4.
Cause?
You tell me.
I sometimes wonder why you bother turning up, Imogen.
It's your sparkling company, Lance.
Some bruising, grazing, could be from the rocks. Suicide?
Or it could be a drowning.
Or all of the above. Don't they love to keep us guessing? I'll know more when I've got him on the table.
Right. There's a sheer drop. He may have lost his footing, or the tide might have brought him in. But what would keep him here, though?
Well, his body might have been trapped. I've heard there's a reef under there somewhere.
Been nibbled a bit by fish. But the body's basically in good shape. Kept himself well, too.
Nothing else you can tell us. The body just blasted out of the water.
Like a rocket. But in this case, we have a major malfunction. He was right in my face. Squinting at me like he knew me or was trying to remember my name.
We'll leave you to gather your thoughts. Thanks, Mr. Winter.
Appreciate your help. We'll be in touch to get you to sign the statement. Okay.
Made you freak out.
Totally.
It's a nice board.
Thanks.
He's older than he looks. The liver's had a workout. Signs of cirrhosis. 1600. Skin abrasions occurred post-mortem, consistent with being dragged by the tide across the reef. Spleen, 170. My guess is that he got stuck before today's incoming tide. Body gases do their thing. Wood surf, he gets knocked free, and up he comes.
Like a rocket. Cause of death?
Complete occlusion of the left main coronary artery.
Terrific.
Heart attack.
Maybe he saw a shark. That'd do me.
There's no water in the lungs. If a heart attack occurs in the water, you may still drown.
So he was dead before he hit the water?
Exactly.
Ran them through the computer, no takers. I've asked the State Intelligence Group to check out the rest of the country. Should have an answer first thing tomorrow.
That's great. Thanks, Bridget.
You say he was dead for 3 days?
Oh, 3 or 4, but that's long enough for people to report someone as
Oh,
missing.
not
isn't it?
always. Husbands go on benders. Sometimes the wife doesn't worry about it too much at first. Come Monday night, they get twitchy and then they call us.
Well, he obviously wasn't a derelict. He's got these well-manicured nails and a tan mark on the wedding finger, so he's obviously married or recently divorced.
Gee, that narrows it down to less than what? 300,000? 400,000?
Right, well, I just think it's worth a try. We have an unidentified body, Mediterranean appearance, obviously wealthy, and you've got a missing developer who's trying to push through a deal.
So?
Well, maybe if he's dead, his business associates wouldn't want it broadcast.
You still don't understand how you're dealing with, do you?
Look, it's just an idea, humour me. Tootsie, this is Ezra.
Ah, pleased to meet you, Ezra.
Tootsie, very pleased to meet you.
On the count of 3?
Just open. Phew. It's not him.
Right, sorry, I thought it was worth a try.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Danger to shipping, lock up your daughters, that's me.
Lousy liar.
It's just a little insomnia thing, that's all.
You got time for a meal?
No.
Yes.
Look, as much as I want these scumsuckers nailed, I don't want you involved. The names lead to more names. The connections are mind-boggling. I can't risk a leak. Not even to you.
Of course.
Of course means you think I'm off my head, right?
No.
But very definitely paranoid. Ezra has left the building. Join the queue. Don't underestimate these people, Tessa. Brillcorp, Pisani, they don't let anyone stand in their way.
Yeah, so you've said, but I can't actually do anything if you keep treating me like a mushroom. If you want my help, then you've got to give me the facts.
You've been following me for weeks. Maybe longer.
The grey suit at the funeral.
And I think my phone's tapped.
You said you had proof that the developers are behind this.
Tessa, they have $200 million riding on this deal. They push it through before Parliament sits again, it's locked in. That's why Sam became a hit-and-run statistic. He was on his way to me with the documents I needed to print the story.
200 million?
At least.
Tell you what, it's been a long day. You should take a break, give your head a rest.
Not possible.
Is there someone who can look after you?
You mean, do I have a significant other?
No, I mean, is there someone who can take you home, cook you a meal?
You know what they say, once bitten, twice. Oops. No-fly zone, that was then, and we don't talk about things like that anymore, so, Where were we?
Talking about getting you a decent night's sleep.
I'll be fine.
That's right.
No, I'll be fine. Fine.
Right, see fibres from your Beachman swimming trunks. What do you think?
Brand new.
Possibly first time worn. There's no wear and tear on the fibres, save that on the rock shelf. No chlorine damage to the label.
Maybe we could ID our man if we knew where the swimmers came from, where he'd bought them.
Made in Taiwan.
Oh, pity you can't be more specific, Fitz.
Bingtung Province. 60 outlets here, relatively common brand. Lots of work to keep you amused.
Anything else?
Oh, foundation. The water got most of it, but there were some traces.
Foundation as in makeup.
Still need some time for a specific brand.
Beachman wore makeup. Oh, terrific.
Let us know.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Maybe he's a drag queen. Or a rock star. Mick Jagger wears makeup, he looks dead.
You still worried about Ezra?
He's obsessed with this conspiracy theory.
He's a journalist. They're obsessed with everything.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that.
Tell you what, we've got swimming trunks and makeup to investigate. Let's worry about that.
Ezra!
Hey! I bought you something. A thank you gift to apologise for being such great company earlier today.
You didn't need to. Oh, I haven't seen this stuff since uni.
Me either. Thought we could catch up over dinner.
Oh.
Well, you were the one telling me to relax. Besides, by then I could have some good news.
Yeah?
That's how I get you to agree to dinner.
Well, Ezra, I'm on call tonight.
Pick up 7:30.
Ezra, I can't. I'm on call.
7:30.
Why me? You're the one with the problem. The information we have suggests that individuals take large cash amounts paid into an overseas account.
Then prove it! I want to see this information. I'll talk to the gig now. I mean it.
Now listen, Steve. If I... Yes,
I'm off.
good for you.
Anything I should know about?
No, not at this stage.
Right.
If we get any more information on the swimming trunks or the makeup, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
No.
Hello, Tessa Vance.
Tess.
said we'd always be friends. Just friends, nothing more. That was the rule.
It's always a hard call. It's all right. Take it easy.
We fell in love. I've regretted it ever since. He was such a good friend. And I ruined it. Still, it was good we had a chance to see each other again.
Steve Hayden, Chief Investigator at Brinks.
Right, what's the point to all of this?
The man's been murdered. We need to know why, particularly if it's linked to the hit and run of Sam Connolly.
Yeah, look, I understand that. What I don't understand is the accusation that Ezra Sims was corrupt.
Sam Connolly and Ezra worked together.
Right?
Development in them, sensitive and worth a packet.
Which Ezra was trying to stop. Look, I don't buy any of this. It's just street talk. That's all it is.
You want proof?
We have that too.
Single entry wound, right temple. Bullet lodging itself in the cranial cavity just above the left ear.
Garden variety execution, looks like a .38.
The victim sustained massive damage to brain tissue. Would have been over quickly.
Yes, inside 2 metres with the 38, safe bet.
I'll handle it. Tessa, we weren't expecting you in today.
I'd like to be involved in the investigation.
That's in hand.
Ezra was a friend.
Exactly, and that's why you shouldn't be involved. And Steve's on top of it.
Well, I'm sure Steve won't have a problem with me assisting.
Look, be that as it may, Tessa, you've lost a friend and that's regrettable, but I don't think it's appropriate for you to be involved in the investigation.
Not appropriate.
No. Particularly as Steve and I are going to be pursuing some new avenues of inquiry.
Such as?
As I said, Steve Hayden's on top of it, that's it.
Don't do this.
Tessa, you have our sympathies.
Yeah, well, I won't go away with a pat
You're
on the head.
emotionally involved here and I want you off the case.
I had information that could help. I was speaking to
You've got
Ezra's
court
dad.
cases to prepare
yeah.
for, right? Amount of paperwork
I don't
to
think
catch
I'm
up on.
prepared to
Or
get
you
them both
could
in.
take some days off, if that's what you would prefer.
Exploring new avenues. What's that supposed to mean?
You don't want to know.
I thought we had a trust thing happening here. Obviously not.
Look, there's talk, but all it does is confirm that Ezra was capable of hiding things.
Such as?
His mates at work were worried about him. He was acting weird for months. His editor said they weren't going to renew his contract. Sometimes he'd turn up for work, sometimes he'd go on walkabout for weeks. No phone calls, no explanations, no nothing. They all thought he was starting to lose it.
He was onto something big, Steve. He knew it was dangerous.
No, Tessa! They're saying he was corrupt and that he got careless. Sam Connolly found out about it, confronted Ezra with it, and Ezra took care of it.
killed him. They were best friends, Steve. They'd known each other for years.
$200 million can buy you a whole new set of friends, Tess. Look, Ezra was becoming a security risk. The Bassani organisation couldn't deal with a loose cannon. He knew too much. And he was connected to the wrong people.
Like me?
That's why Thorne wanted to keep you out of this.
Yeah, well, I refuse to believe that Ezra is anything but a victim here.
Perhaps you better read this.
So, Ezra was seen talking to some shady characters. He was a journalist, Steve. It was research. This proves nothing.
Coming off West Palmer Street, 8:41 p.m. Entering the vacant lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Approximately 7 metres in.
They told me I'd find you in here. I'm sorry. I didn't realise. He was a friend. That's awful. I'm so sorry. He was a nice guy. Yeah. How did you know him? Oh, I didn't. I mean, not really. He came to see me yesterday and wanted to know if there'd be an ID on your beach man.
Why would he be interested?
Dunno. But he asked me to let him know if anyone came forward to claim him.
Sir?
Tessa, I thought you'd gone.
I was just tying up a few loose ends. I was thinking...
Look, I've been thinking too. We've got a problem with that beach man's ID. Still no takers. If you've decided not to take time off, perhaps you could look at that for us. You see, Fisk says he's going to need at least another 24 hours analysis on that makeup. Mind you, that means Fisk will probably have it in 12. The case could use some fresh insight. Okay?
Okay, good.
Good. Well, that it?
Yeah.
Off you go then.
Thorne says still no takers.
No.
How old do you think he is?
Early 60s?
I would have said early 50s.
It's the dyed hair and the facelift. See?
Facelift?
Yes, it's in my report. You should have had it last night. It's a pretty good job.
When do you think?
Well, I guessed up to the last 5 years for my report. But it's pretty hard to be more specific with him being in the water and everything. But the hands are a giveaway. There's nothing you can do about them.
Thanks, Toots.
Your friend, Tess. It's just so sad.
How'd they push through the development deal without the big boss?
Husbands go on benders. Sometimes the wife doesn't worry about it too much at first.
Steve and I are going to be pursuing some new avenues of inquiry.
Beach man, war maker.
And I'll need a list of interstate cosmetic surgeons. Dee, can you get that up today?
Yep.
Sooner the better.
No worries.
Tess,
There's a connection, Steve. There has to be. Why else would Ezra have been to see Bridget wanting to know about him?
Beachman.
Heart attack victims don't fall out of thin air.
So he was dumb.
Could you lift 88 kilos of dead weight?
More than one then.
They probably thought his body would wash out with the tide, end up as shark bait. This was a deliberate attempt to dispose of the body.
But why? The autopsy proved he died of natural causes.
It's a good question, isn't it? You searched Ezra's apartment. What did you find?
A number of a bank account in Zurich. There was no real attempt made to hide it, Tess. Ezra had a small fortune tucked away for a rainy day.
Right, and what does that prove?
Well, most of the deposits were made in the last 6 months. Large amounts. Austrac confirms regular deposits of almost $8,000 at a time.
Well, it's a setup. They framed him.
Tess, wouldn't you know if you suddenly had thousands more in your account than you should?
No, not necessarily. He kept his papers all over the place. He didn't care about stuff like that, but he was not corrupt, Steve. I know that.
Tess. That may have been the case with the person you once knew. But people change.
Not Ezra.
Anything missing?
No, I don't think so. But they were looking for something. My kitchen drawers were open and the laptop was on. I'm sure it was them. I could feel someone following me this morning.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I've been jumping at shadows lately. Maybe paranoia's catching. Well, why else would they come here? They must think I know something.
Because of Ezra.
The only link is the developers, and it must be connected to the guy from the beach. Why else would Ezra have been asking about him at missing persons?
But Beachman isn't Pisani. Ezra said as much himself. Besides, if Pisani died with this huge deal going through, they'd never throw him off a cliff. They wouldn't want to risk his body being found.
No, they wouldn't. Which is why they'd make sure he never was, wouldn't they?
Well, there's no safe place to get rid of a body. There's always risk involved.
It's a genuine offer. Do yourself a favour. Professional rates, of course.
No. Really? I think all I need to look 10 years younger is a week off, not a facelift.
Dr. Pollock, thanks for your time. I'm Detective Hayden. This is Detective Vance.
Oh, pleased to meet you.
What can you tell us about him?
All right. Well, he's one of mine.
You're sure about that?
Of course. There's a suture line I'd recognise anywhere. Should have it on my show reel.
And you performed this surgery approximately when, sir?
3 years ago, sometime around Easter. We were going away water skiing. He was my last job on the Thursday. It's amazing what you can do when the pressure's on.
We'll need a name, Doctor.
I don't think you'll mind me telling now. Vittorio Andretti.
Thank you.
It's about your husband, Mrs. Andretti. When was the last time you saw him?
Oh, about 2 weeks ago. Unless, of course, you count the funeral.
2 weeks?
Of course. It's like I told that young journalist. Dropped dead in our bedroom, heart attack.
Journalist?
Yes, nice young fellow. Bit jittery, though.
Was his name Ezra Sims?
That's him. Why, was he investigating my husband? Was Victoria in some sort of trouble?
No.
I knew it. That man could not lie straight in bed.
Like telling me he was 53 in a pig's eye. Turns out when I'm going through his papers, he's 64. And he didn't have the money he said he had neither. Virtually married me for mine. There's a loser for you.
Where's your husband buried, Mrs. Andretti?
Buried? No, cremated. Tossed him under a rose bush. Got to be good for something.
Can you remember the name of the funeral directors you used?
I don't know. Why Max and Son or something, I think. Why?
Just following a line of investigation, that's it.
Do you mind if I have a cigarette?
Once you're out of the building, Mrs. Andretti.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your help.
Bye.
Vittorio Andretti? Yep, we did him. In on the 23rd, out on the 25th. Cremation.
Could we speak to Mr. Wymax, please?
Mr. Wymax Sr. and Mr. Wymax Jr.
Senior?
Afraid Mr. Wymax Sr. passed away last year. Gone to a better place to watch over his customers.
Ah, well, Mr. Wymax Jr. will do just fine.
I'm afraid he's out of the office, but I'm sure Mr. Weiss can help you. He's our manager. I can go and find him if you like.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Thanks.
Nice girl. Nice place to work.
I'm afraid he's out on a call too. Can I take a message?
No, we'll call back later. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you. You've been very helpful.
I don't want you going home until we sort out who was in your apartment and why. I won't be a minute. I'm renovating.
Hate to see the place before you did it up.
Well, I haven't finished yet. And I wasn't expecting company, you know. Can I get you a drink?
Yeah.
Mineral water, soft drink?
Make an executive decision.
Fine.
Hello. Yeah, could I speak to Malcolm Thorne, please? All right, well, when will he be back? Could you tell him to call Tessa? I'm at Steve's place. Thanks. He's out. Probably getting that car of his tune.
Last time I make an executive decision, eh?
So Ezra and Sam Connolly were investigating the developers Brew Corp. And they became a problem. And the guy that was washed up on the beach was meant to be cremated, but you swapped the body, so who was cremated?
I love to listen to theories.
Could have been anyone. ASIO spy, Crown witness. Or was it your boss, Pisani? He died suddenly. We knew his death would ruin the development deal. You had to keep up the belief that he was still alive because he was the main player. So Pisani is scattered under a rose bush.
Right. The guy that was meant to be cremated ends up as a waterlogged John Doe in the morgue. A missing person that no one will ever identify because no one's looking. Enough chit-chat.
Family will be finished with their viewing in a short while. Then you can take the body.
What am I supposed to do with them for a short while?
Well, it's inconvenient, but it happens. Work something out.
He said take the body. Oh, didn't I mention it? We had some luck. Roofing contractor in his early 30s. Slipped off a triplex and broke his neck. It's a pretty good likeness for you.
Got a nice match for you two. Young girl, overdose. Guess you two will get to go together.
Right. Oh, great. Now I'm having a really good time.
Steve. Probably where they kept Beach Man. He wouldn't have decomposed at all in here. No wonder he only presented 3 days old.
And who do you think she is?
Probably the one I met to swap with. They'll dump her body. And the people that come looking for us will never find us.
No one's going to believe that we just disappeared, you know.
Have you checked your bank accounts lately?
Yeah, my bet is they're looking pretty healthy.
Right. Word will get around we were turning a blind eye. Crooked journos, fake cops. Happens all the time.
I never thought we'd end up like this, Dad.
I've got to turn.
Of course you realise I wouldn't do this for Thorn.
Me neither.
I mean, how could you be close to someone and not know if they were capable of murder or of being a crook? If you slept with someone, wouldn't you?
What? Know that for a fact, do you?
Ezra was gorgeous. They must have been lovers at uni. Probably idolised him. That's why she can't believe he's a crook.
What? Know that for a fact as well, do you?
No, but everyone says Ezra's corrupt. Everyone.
Who is?
Oh, you know, everyone.
No. I most certainly do not know everyone. And with accusations like that flying around, I would want to know names, dates, facts. Of course. You would never let facts get in the way of a juicy story.
Constable, did Steve or Tessa tell you about their possible movements this afternoon?
Not really.
Try for yes or no.
No, sir.
Didn't say where they were going.
No, I don't think so, sir.
Well, I haven't seen either of them for some time. Is there a problem?
Tessa told me to contact her at Steve's place. Now, there was no answer. We checked. The place was empty. They're not answering their mobile, so officially they're missing.
This is what's going to happen. You're going to turn over slowly and carefully, keeping your hands where I can see them. Now you're going to pick up that poor young lady and put her back where she belongs. Got it? Do it!
So one way or another, Ezra did manage to stop the development scam.
They haven't got a snowball's chance in hell. The Corruption Commission are going to have a picnic with the funeral parlour and the developers. As for the money in your friend's bank account, that's been linked to the developers. They were making the deposits. There's nothing to suggest that Ezra knew anything about it. So, I guess I'd have to say that Ezra was an honourable man.
So you had a near-death experience?
Oh, yeah. I saw everything, you know, the long white tunnel. I thought we were gone until I heard that voice and we got the hell out of there.
Oh, boy, what did it say?
Well, it wasn't so much what it said. It sounded just like Thorn, only more nasal.
You mean like...
3!
Come, for heaven's sake, there is absolutely no evidence to support the bright light theory.
Oh, so what does happen to you when you die, Lance?
Well, if you're lucky, a few friends have a quiet drink for you.
And if you're unlucky?
Well, you end up on the slab in your autopsy room.
Hey, how'd you keep warm?
We just did, that's all.
Oh, come on, Steve. We're talking last moments on the planet here. How the two of you keep warm? Hey, Tessa, can I ask you something?
No.
To Ezra Sims.
To Ezra.
One of the good guys.
Oh, that's putrid.
Not that bad, actually. Ah, Fizz. Oh, it's all right. I'll have another.